Hey, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Life with Lashina. This is Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo Day, May 5th. And I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone out there that's celebrating Cinco de Mayo today. And I also want to say happy Teachers Appreciation Week. Thank you so much to you teachers. I promise you, your work is not easy, but thank you for all the hard work and everything that you do for our children because it is truly appreciated. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Cannot say thank you enough. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about showing up. Showing up. So, I want to share my truth with you all. And on this Truthful Tuesday, I want to confess that I have had an issue showing up for me, showing up for myself. And during this quarantine, I have been really self reflecting, doing a lot of self work, and just really implementing the things I need to happen, the things I need to do in order for change to happen within me from the inside out and just to happen in my life. So, one of the things that I realize is that Lashina does not show up for herself at all. And this has been um, for quite some time. For quite some time. Like, honestly, I was, since, if it can possibly date back to childhood, it probably does. I'm a giver. I show up for everyone else. I show up to be there for others. I show up to um, be presentable in front of others. But I didn't realize I didn't show up for me in the way that makes me feel good and feel best about myself. So I showed up for work because, so guess what? I got up, I got dressed, I did my hair, I did those things that I needed to do because I needed to go to work. I needed to show up there. I showed up for family events because, you know, you're gonna get yourself together, and that's what I did. I show up for, hanging out with my girlfriends and or just date nights with my husband. I showed up, and I realized in the moments that I show up for these other situations and other people, I felt good. I felt good about myself. But what this quarantine made me realize is that, like, first of all, I started this YouTube channel and I haven't showed up for the YouTube channel. Last year, I showed up for Truthful Tuesdays just as a Facebook Live that I would do. And I was inconsistent with that. And what I realized is that what made me inconsistent was that I was not consistently showing up for me. So because I wasn't consistently showing up for me, how can I consistently show up for anyone else? You get what I'm saying? So it made me wonder. So I'm like, I'm getting up, and I'm immediately when I get up, I'm going straight to task, straight to tending to the children, straight to doing everything around the household that needs to be done. And not once did I show up and do something that needed to be done for me. So then I realized when I said, you know what, I need to focus on my self care. What's important to me? Important to me is looking presentable. Even if I got up and just untwist my hair, or even if I kept my twist in my hair, but I put a pair of earrings on for me, and I did my eyebrows. That was enough. That's enough for me, and it makes me feel good about myself. So I started practicing that. And not just on my own, but just conversations with, a few of my girlfriends and just talking about, hey, what are we going to do this week for self-care? What are we going to do? It made me start thinking, like, what makes me feel good about myself when I do these things? And I said something as simple as, I'm going to take a shower. when I need to take a shower, when I want to take a shower. I want to take a shower first thing in the morning when I get up. But sometimes the day go by and it's late at night by the time I get that shower, especially with this quarantine, or it's midday. And it was then when I realized that, you know what? I need to show up for me first. Duh, right? But it wasn't that simple. Show up for me first. So when I start practicing that self-care thing by just doing the things that made me feel good about myself and made me feel better about myself, I started feeling more energetic. I started feeling more available and wanting to be available, for other things that I desired to do. So that's when it dawned on me, you know what? Sheena, you haven't been showing up for you. You showed up for everybody else in every situation and everything else, but you have not showed up for you. And I had to really think about, what does showing up for me look like? And so showing up for me, and it's different for all of us, but showing up for me is having 30 minutes before I go straight to making sure the kids have breakfast, making sure, everybody else is taken care of. Take 30 minutes. Sometimes even if it's just 20 minutes, but just to focus on me and get myself dressed and get myself together and presentable for the day. Bam. And that just started igniting things in me. Just doing that, I felt good, So that was one of the things. But then the other thing that I realized is that I had an issue with asking for help. And not just asking for help because I need it, but asking for help because this is what I want right now. I want time to myself, and it's okay to ask, hey, can you cook dinner today? Hey, can you watch your baby brother for 30 minutes? It's 6 kids. Well, my 3-year-old, I won't count him for watching them, but the 5 other kids, 30 minutes between all of them is not much of asking them to just spend time with their baby brother so that mommy can have some time to herself. Then I realized now I got the energy to work on stuff that, that are important to me, like my YouTube channel, recording my videos and things like that. I don't need all day to do it, but just having a little bit of time here and there to just be focused on me helps me to be the best that I can be. So this is my truth. And it wasn't easy sharing this truth because I felt guilt and I felt shame because I said, I didn't show up like I said I was going to show up. So that guilt and shame want to keep me stuck and keep me hiding. But you know what? I'm learning and I'm working through this. So I'm not going to, I guess what? The truth will set you free. There's liberation in the truth. You understand me? So anything that want to keep you bound, keep you stuck, keep you in the same cycle because of guilt or because of shame, go ahead and start talking about the truth. Go ahead and start talking about it. Because once you talk about it, you allow it to be released from you. So now that way you can move forward. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my truth with you all because I'm moving forward. I'm not going to let that truth continue to hold me in bondage and keep me stuck, because I need to consistently show up for the people that I know God has called me to pour into and to service. So in order to do that, I have to show up for Lashina first. And that's what I'm learning to do. So I'm thankful as, I'm moving forward, as I'm growing, as I'm putting in this self-work, as I'm taking action to face, my truths so that I can be set free from those things that want to hold me down. I'm excited. I'm excited. And I'm excited for you all. You know why I'm excited for you all? I'm excited for you all because I want you all to just think about what are some truths in your life that maybe you're holding on to that you haven't talked about, or that you've been through situations, experiences, past, present, whatever it may be. What are those truths that making you feel guilt or shame or not forgiving yourself for? I just recently learned, that was said so just powerfully at the Lisa Nichols event is that, 12 keys to being the extraordinary you is one of the keys is to there's freedom and forgiveness. And sometimes we don't forgive ourselves for just decisions that we made. So me making a decision to not put me first affected other things in my life. And so because I was held in that guilt and shame, I wasn't forgiving myself. But I said, no, well, no, 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 no. No longer will you keep me held hostage because I'm going to share my truth and I'm going to encourage others to share their truth. So I want to encourage you to share your truth. I want to actually do live interviews with you all. Message me. You can message me on Facebook if you're a Facebook friend, Lashina Renee Doxley. Instagram, Life with Lashina or Lashina Doxley. Message me. You can message me on, and you can email me at FitLife, that's LYFE solutions at gmail.com. Email me. Say, hey, I'm ready to share my truth. I want to interview you where you can talk about your truth as freely as I just did, and so that you can just move forward, move forward with clarity, and sometimes that truth doesn't come to us immediately, it takes time. But I just want you to take this time during this quarantine to just really self-reflect. Reflect about where you are. You're not meant to come out of this thing, come past beyond COVID-19 the same. You're not meant to come out the same. So that self-work and that work that you're supposed to be doing, do it. Do it. I encourage you to do it because it's going to be so important to your growth. It's going to be so important to you just living the best life that you can live. It's going to be so important to you for you to be the best that you can be. So I want to thank you all for just taking this time out of your day to just listen to this message. I want to encourage you to share this video. I want to encourage you to like it. I want to encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube. As God continue to pour into me, I will pour back into you guys and feed you wisdom, feed you knowledge, and just share my experiences with you all. But I want interaction. It's time to take action. So let that interaction begin. Send me a message, reach out to me, say, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to share my truth. I'm ready to be set free. And I'm excited, to just really just get going with you. So, hey, join me on this truth journey. The truth would set you free. It's Truthful Tuesday, Life with Lashina. I'm always living, learning, laughing, and hey, be blessed and thank you. Thank you so much.